What is up, everybody? Welcome to the Game Night YouTube channel. Today, guys, we are going to be unboxing Iron Chest. It is the expansion for Iron Helm. This thing is chock full of all kinds of awesome stuff. As you can see here on the back of the box, it says that it includes the Lonely Troll Inn, Random Encounters, the Spire of Zogar, Beasts and Burdens, Realms and Relics, and more. So without further ado, guys, let's get right into unboxing this. Okay, guys, here we go. We are going to open up the box here and let's see what we have inside. We've got some paper in here for the packaging, and let's see what we got. We got a little baggie with some components in it. We have a deck of a bunch of cards here. We have some brand new dividers here, and ooh, what is this in the bottom? Got some big cards here in the bottom. Okay, we got like a promotional card. This must be the rules. It says Random Encounters, and we've got these 4 double-sided, it looks like, dungeon cards. That is amazing, with Random Encounters. So these must be brand new dungeons that you can go through, and it looks like there are icons on here denoting the different things that happen. Are these the same on both sides? No, they're different. No, these are actually different. There's different symbols on both sides. Oh, dude, that is amazing. Okay, cool. So that's going to add a lot of replayability to the game. And then, of course, it comes with this card right here. This is going to give you all of the rules for how the Random Encounters work, and it's going to tell you what each random encounter is. That is incredible, dude. Wow. The print is amazing. Very clear, very vivid. That looks really good. Yeah, these are very high quality. Awesome. So that's going to add a bunch of replayability to the game. So we got that right there. We also have this little baggie right here. Looks like we've got some miniatures in it. Let's go ahead and pop that open. We've got 3 miniatures and looks like a little green die in the bag. Take all of these out. There we go. Put that off to the side. Check that out, dude. Got like a little archer miniature right there. We've also got, it looks like a little warrior. Got a sword and a shield. I don't know how well you can see that. There you go. Got a little sword and shield warrior character. And then we have a little wizard guy. He's looking pretty cool with his staff. Nice. So I believe that these take the place of the red pawns that come in the base game of Iron Helm. And you can use these, I suppose, like when you're going through a dungeon. You can go ahead and use one of these little characters instead to mark where you are as you traverse the dungeon. Pretty cool. Very cool stuff. So we got those guys. We've got a little green die. I believe that this is for one of the new cards. This keeps track of something for one of the new cards. We'll get to that soon. We've also got some new dividers here, so you could put these in the main core box of Iron Helm, which I have right here. So you could take these dividers. These are going to fit right into this main box here, and so you can keep track of all your new expansions that come in this box and keep them nice and separated and organized. And then last, but certainly not least, we have this big stack of cards here. I'm going to open these up because these always come randomized. I'm going to open these up. I'm going to separate everything out, and we're going to go through each expansion one by one. All right, everybody, here we go. We have all 4 of the expansions laid out on the table here. They are all set up and organized and ready to go. So I'm going to go through these one at a time. We have the Lonely Troll Inn, which we're going to go through. We also have Adventure Pack number 7, the Spire of Zogar. We have the Realms and Relics expansion pack, and we have the Beasts and Burdens expansion pack. So let's go ahead and start out here with the Lonely Troll Inn. Okay, so we have the very first expansion here from the Iron Chest expansion pack for Iron Helm. This is called the Lonely Troll Inn. So this says it's a companion booster meant to complement the base adventure. It comes with 1 instruction card, 1 character card, 8 henchman cards, and 8 trappings cards. So this cool little cover art card right here actually doubles, so you can flip it over, and this has all the instructions on the back of the card right here. And I can run through this for you real quick, guys, so you know exactly what you're getting into if you want to buy this expansion. So, it says the Lonely Troll Inn. Adding this pack to the base game will allow you to hire henchmen from the inn. The cost to hire a henchman is indicated by the number of gold coins shown next to the die icon in the lower left corner of their card. So as we can see here, I'll take out one of the henchmen. You can see here next to this die icon, it has 2 gold. So if you wanted to hire Itis here, it would cost you 2 gold to hire her. She'll be a henchman, a little companion that'll come along with you in the dungeon. It says, once hired, you place a die on the henchman's card on top of the die icon, making sure the value matches what is shown. This tells us the henchman's starting morale. So as you can see here, like on Itis, she starts with 1 morale. That seems pretty low, but I'm sure the other ones have higher. Yeah, we've got 4 here, we've got 2. So yeah, there's some different values there. Then it says they can never have more morale than what they start with. The red text tells us each henchman can lose morale, or how they can lose morale rather, and the white text lets us understand what abilities they bring to the table and how they will interact with the campsite dungeon card. You may restore your henchman's lost morale by paying them gold. Each gold given will raise their morale by 1. And it says this pack also includes a bunch of new trappings to explore and a new character to play as. And we're going to go over that in just a second. So there we go, guys. That is the cover art card, and like I said, doubles as the instruction card. Very useful. We're going to set this guy over here. We'll get to him in a minute. So we have the henchmen. So these are the brand new henchman cards. There are 8 of them in total. And there are different ones that you can pick, like we just checked out Itis a moment ago. We'll go through a couple of them so you can kind of see what's going on with these. So let's look at this first one. This is Yak. So for Yak, it says, well, he's got the 2 gold down here, and then he's got a morale of 3. So it says, Yak is a silent man with a very strong back. Many years of labor in the field has made him tougher than he looks. Yak can carry your extra gear, adding 4 to your encumbrance. Okay, so that's cool. So this dude's a mule. He can carry your extra gear. He's going to add 4 to your encumbrance. You can carry more items. He also says, when at the campsite, he will stay awake if you choose to take the rest action, gaining you a bonus of 1 energy. Wow, so that's amazing. So not only does this dude carry all your stuff around, he doesn't even sleep while you're resting at a campsite. He'll stay awake and you gain more energy. That's pretty amazing. This dude is a boss right here. And then the red text says, every time you encounter an undead enemy, Yak loses 1 morale. So that's how he's going to lose morale. Every time you come across a zombie or a skeleton, anything undead, he's going to get a little freaked out by that, and it's going to lower his morale by 1. So there you go. That's one of the henchmen right there. We'll take a look at one more. We have Godfrey here. Take a look at him. There we go. It says, as a brother of the red cloth, Godfrey seeks to rid the world of the undead evils that lurk in dark places. His knowledge of the undead will gain you +2 to the sum of your attack rolls against them, so you're stronger against undead enemies. And when at the altar location, Godfrey will pray, gaining you 2 energy. You may also take an additional action for yourself. That's amazing. And then in the red text, it says, whenever you defeat a foe that is not undead, Godfrey loses 1 morale. You also may not take an action on a plot card that would lower your morale on the morality tracker. So this dude is, he's pretty pious. He doesn't like to see you killing anything that's not already dead. And he wants you to be a good person. So you can't take any actions that are going to lower your morality on the morality tracker. So there you go. So that is Godfrey. Like I said, there are 8 of these guys in total. We've got Yak, Godfrey, Bogdana, Olive, Farzad, Borko, Matilda, and Itis. Those are your 8 henchmen cards right there. So that's very cool. And then also, guys, in this pack, we get some more trappings. There are 8 new trapping cards here. I'll just go through a couple of them real quick. You have the Faith Beads. It says, when at the altar, you gain 2 bonus health. That's pretty useful. You got the Ice Tome. You deal double damage whenever you use an Ice Shard, and you get +1 to the sum of your attack rolls versus enemies weak to ice. So that's pretty cool. Gives you a little boost versus ice enemies. You have the Sharpening Stone. You may flip a single die to its reverse side during combat once per level. Wow, that's pretty interesting. So you got the Sharpening Stone. Then you got a Fire Tome, a Poison Dart, a Studded Coif, Punch Daggers, and Garlic. So there you go, guys. You got some brand new trappings that you can add to your trappings deck and kit your characters out in some brand new different ways. Make the game more replayable, which is always great. And then last but not least in this pack, guys, we have a brand new character. Boom, right there. It is Mizlak the Beggar. This guy's terrible. Okay, this guy is really, really bad. It's like if you want to have an ultimate challenge for yourself and play the game on hard mode, you play with this guy. He has 9 health. Ooh, yikes. Very low starting health. He starts with 10 energy. Not terrible, but also not very good. He can hold 8, which is pretty bad. He starts with 0 rations, no food whatsoever, and 1 gold. And the kicker, he starts with no trappings, no skills, nothing. He's just rolling in, dude. He's just rolling straight up in the dungeon, just unarmed, no armor, no skill, nothing. But it does say that you gain 10 bonus points if you complete the game with Mizlak the Beggar. So if you're going for that big score at the end of the game, you'll get 10 bonus points if you happen to beat the game with him. And I actually love this, guys. I think that this is a really cool addition to the game. What a challenge. How rewarding would it be to go through the whole game and beat it with Mizlak the Beggar? That is super cool. So you get this brand new character, you get these new trappings, and you get this brand new type of card, the Henchman, all in this Lonely Troll Inn pack. So that is the first pack in the Iron Chest expansion. Let's go ahead and check out the next one. Next up, we have Adventure Pack number 7. This is the Spire of Zogar. It is a level 4 adventure. So if you happen to make it all the way through the base adventure of Iron Helm, and then you do a level 2 dungeon, and then a level 3 dungeon, you got to beat all of that stuff to get to level 4, the Spire of Zogar. So that's a pretty tall order, but hey, I'm up for the challenge. So it says it comes with 1 instruction card, 1 boss card, 5 plot cards, 6 enemy cards, and 8 loot cards. Is it 8? No, excuse me, it's 5 loot cards. So it comes with a bunch of stuff in here, guys. So just like in the last expansion, the Lonely Troll Inn, you got this nice cover art, and then on the back side, you have all of the instructions here. Very, very cool stuff. So right out the gate, guys, we got a brand new boss card, as you can see here. This is Zogar himself. Check that out. This guy is a beast. He has 24 health. He does 4 base damage. He's got a treasure class of 2, and he gives you 5 gold toward your final score whenever you beat this guy. Because, of course, when you beat this guy, he's going to be the final boss of the game. So any treasure or gold that you acquire at that point is really just to add to your final score. And his special ability says that Zogar is immune to holy, fire, and ice attacks. So he's immune to all of those things. And whenever Zogar rolls doubles, you lose 2 energy. Wow, so it's sort of like the Lich. It's almost like when the boss, the Lich, hits you and you lose energy. He makes you lose energy whenever he rolls doubles, and he's immune to all types of damage. So that is just crazy right there. What a guy. What a guy. So that's the brand new boss that you get in this expansion. And then it looks like we have 5 plot cards here. These are brand new plot cards. You have the Old Bridge, the Trapped Stag, the Bone Pile, the Wicked One, and the Hovel. These are going to add new narrative plot points to your game. As you can see, all of these are plot cards here. That's going to give you new decisions to make, new choices to make. You can either move up or down on the morality track, depending on what you do. You're going to gain life, gain energy, lose life, lose energy, all that kind of stuff, depending on what you do. So yeah, the choice is yours, and you have these new narrative plot points to go through. That's going to add some new spice, new variety to the game. And then we have new enemy cards here. So we got 6 new enemies. You have the Bone Lord. Check that dude out. The Bone Lord. He's looking pretty nifty. This guy says, when the Bone Lord is defeated, you gain blessing tokens equal to your position on the morality track. So that's cool. I like that there's new ways to interact with the morality tracker, and what the decisions that you make from the plot cards and whether you do something good or bad is going to affect how much reward you get later on in the game. So that's cool if there's a new way for that to happen. Also, we have the Possessed. There are 3 copies of this guy, and this guy is a new type of enemy. He's got 7 health, and when the Possessed successfully hits, you lose 1 blessing token. So the blessing tokens you're going to get from the Bone Lord, the Possessed is like, give me those back. He's going to take those back from you whenever he hits you. So we got 3 of those guys. And then we have 2 of this guy, Immerse. He has 8 health. He does 2 damage. He's got a treasure class of 1. He's weak to fire, this guy. And when the Immerse successfully hits, you gain 1 poison token. Yee. So more ways to get poisoned. Yikes. Poison can be pretty brutal in this game. So there you go. So those are the 6 new enemies in this adventure pack here. And then last but not least, guys, we have these 5 new loot cards here. We have the Seer's Blade. When you defeat an enemy with the Seer's Blade, you may reveal the next card in the enemy deck. Ooh, that's pretty cool. So you can see what's coming up next with the Seer's Blade. That makes sense. You've got the Cultist Cloak. Once per dungeon level, you may avoid any conflict with an enemy with 5 or less base health. That's pretty cool. So you can just kind of sneak past the little weenie dudes in the dungeon, not have to worry about them. You got the Shield of Draining. Once per dungeon level, you may block an initial damage and gain 3 health. It's pretty cool artwork on that card too. All the artwork in this game is fantastic, of course. And then last but not least, we have 2 of this card. It's called Helgen's Elixir. It says discard to gain 3 health and 3 energy and remove 2 poison. What? Dude, this card's insane right here. Oh my goodness. Look at that. That's the MVP of the game. Gain 3 health, 3 energy, and remove 2 poison? Oh my goodness gracious, that card broken right there. That's crazy, dude. That's super good, man. Wow, that is awesome. Okay, cool. So, yep, you get these extra loot cards. You get the extra enemy cards. You get the extra plot cards, and you get the big main baddie of the whole game, Zogar himself, right here in the Spire of Zogar pack. Level 4 adventure. There you go, guys. Very cool stuff. Let's move on to the next one. Next up, we have the Realms and Relics pack. It says this is a companion booster meant to complement the base adventure. So, you get 1 instruction card, you get 8 artifact cards, and you get 9 environment cards. And just like on the other expansions, when you flip over the cover art card, you have all of your instructions right here on the back of the card. And we're going to run through that real quick so you guys know exactly what you're getting with this pack. So, Realms and Relics. Adding this pack to the game will allow you to add environment cards. Environment cards make each level of a dungeon unique and behave differently. At the beginning of each level, you draw an environment card and read it to understand how the level has changed. The text in red refers to negative aspects of the level, such as certain enemies dealing more damage. Text in white tells you positive changes to the level, such as additional benefits at the campsite. Adding environment cards will increase the overall difficulty of the dungeon. So, if you want a harder experience, there you go, guys. You can add these environment cards to the game. It's going to make it a little bit tougher. It goes on to say, this pack also includes artifact cards. These are powerful and valuable loot cards, and because of this, it is difficult to obtain many of them. When instructed to draw a loot card during the game, you may pay blessing tokens to draw them from the artifact deck instead. So your first artifact will cost you 1 blessing token, while your second will cost 2, and your third will cost 3, and so on. And artifact cards are always drawn randomly. Wow, so that's cool. So it gives you some super, super powerful items in the form of artifacts, and we will check those out in just a moment. But first, we are going to look at these environment cards. So you get 8 of these. Brand new environment cards, a brand new type of card for Iron Helm. And we'll go ahead and take a look at a few of these here. It looks like there's a bunch of different ones here. Yeah, we'll take a look at a few of them. Let's do this one. The Bogland. So it says, dense fog fills the air, and a piercing stench hovers in this level of the dungeon. Oh, that doesn't sound very nice. All enemies on this level add +1 to their damage during combat. So that's the red text. Ooh, so that's the bad thing. That's the negative aspect of this card. It's going to make all the enemies a little bit beefier. And it says in the white text here, when searching at the campsite, you'll gain 1 additional ration. Okay, so that's pretty cool. So got some more fertile ground in the bogland. You're going to find some more mushrooms there, I guess. And then it says, if you encounter the Mushroom Grove, you will gain 1 additional ration. There you go. Okay, so when you find the campsite or the Mushroom Grove, you're going to find some big, plump, nice, ripe mushrooms growing there to add to your ration. So that'll help you out against these enemies that are dealing more damage to you. So there you go. So it's got an upside and a downside, but overall, probably going to make the game a little bit more difficult because you're going to be facing enemies more often than you're going to be finding the campsite or the Mushroom Grove. So there you go. So that's one of the environment cards. Check out a couple more. We have the Frost Glen. Look at that. That is cool looking, dude. It's like a big icy cavern or something. Clearing. I don't know. It says, your breath turns to frozen mist as your skin tightens as you enter a vast frozen valley. Wow. Okay, the red text does the bad stuff. It says, all enemies on this level that are weak to fire add +2 to their damage during combat. Ooh, so everything that's weak to fire is going to be beefier and do 2 more damage to you. It goes on to say in red text, you may not search for food when at the campsite, and the Mushroom Grove does not contain rations. So the exact opposite of the Bogland. Everything's frozen over. You're not finding any food growing here. Then in the white text, it says, if you resolve the treasure card on this level, you gain an additional potion. Well, there you go. Okay, so you get a little bonus there. And it says, all enemies on this level that you defeat that are weak to fire gain you an additional gold. So that's pretty cool. So you can find extra potions. You can find extra gold. For some reason, the monsters in this place, they're just, they're walking around with a few more coins in their pockets, so you can go ahead and get some more gold off of those dudes. And then we'll do one more. This one is called the Sanctum. Ooh, and this one I can see already is different. There's blue text and no red text. It says, a sense of calm rushes into your spirit as your eyes behold a majestic oak in a clearing. You can see the majestic oak, the great Deku tree itself, just chilling in the clearing there. It says in blue text, immediately gain a blessing token. So wow, right off the bat, you just gain a blessing token. Wow, that is amazing. Then it says, if you resolve the treasure card on this level, you gain a potion in addition to any other reward. Whoa, that's good. If you resolve the altar on this level, you gain 3 health in addition to any other reward. That's really good. And all enemies on this level that you defeat gain you an additional blessing token on top of any other rewards. Dude, the Sanctum is where it's at. This is what you want to draw. You want to draw this card when you enter one of the dungeon levels. That is amazing, guys. So looks like there's a good one in there. Are there any other good ones? Nope, the rest of them are regular environment cards that have a downside and an upside, but mostly overall are going to make the game more difficult. You have the Abandoned. It looks like a mine shaft type of area. You have the Parched. It's like a desolate sort of dry Badlands type of area. The Shadow. It's like a really dark area of the dungeon where there's not a lot of light. You have the Death Grotto. I'm guessing it's just super dangerous, and it doesn't sound good. There's skulls all over the place. Yeah, it doesn't sound good. There's the Plateau. Who knows what that's about? And we have the Watch, and there are eyes all over. Ooh, that is creepy looking. That place is creepy looking. So that is cool, man. This adds a very cool thematic setting to each level of the dungeon, because every time you go on a level, you're going to draw one of these at random, and that's going to kind of set the stage for where you are in the dungeon, and then you'll get the negative effect, you'll get the positive effect, and it'll add some difficulty to the game. That is incredible. All right, moving on. We're going to move on to these 8 cards here. These are the artifact cards. It's a brand new type of card also added to the game. That's what's cool about this pack. Got brand new cards, environment cards, and artifacts. Those are brand new sort of mechanics and cards to the game. So right off the bat, I'm looking at this, and this looks like a big pile of poop, and that's exactly what it is. It is dragon dung. Check that out. It kind of looks like a brownie with like frosted sprinkles or something in it. But no, definitely don't put that in your mouth. It says you pick through the pile of stench and find 1d6 gold. Discard. Okay, wow, that's pretty cool, dude. You could actually find up to 6 gold in a pile of dragon poop. There you go. So that's cool. So that's an artifact card. And as mentioned earlier, the way that you get these is you spend blessing tokens. Anytime that you're instructed to draw a loot card, you can spend a blessing token to get an artifact instead, and then it's a cumulative cost. So on the second artifact you'd want to get, you'd have to spend 2. The third one, you'd have to spend 3 blessing tokens, and so on and so forth. So we'll look at a couple more of these. We have this card. It's called Revenge. Looks like a cool type of sword. It says whenever you roll a 6 during an attack, you gain 1 health. Dude, that's amazing. Wow, it leeches health. That is really, really good. We got the Golden Morel. Looks like a type of funky looking mushroom. It says if cooking at the campsite, you may discard this card to regain all of your health. Wow, dude, these artifact cards are super, super, super powerful. And we'll look at one more of them here. We got the Divine Plate. You can subtract your level on the morality tracker +1 from initial damage and counter strikes. Dude, that's amazing. See, dude, I love that. I love that Jason added in new ways to interact with the morality track and to give you more incentive to want to move up on the morality track. That is super, super cool. This is a very, very cool card. So there you go. So that's a few of the artifacts here. We also have the Blood Letter, the Star of Brahma, the Belt of Ogre Might, and the Doom Bearer. Very cool stuff, guys. So there you go. You got your 8 new artifact cards. You have your 9 new environment cards, and that makes up the entirety of the Iron Helm Realms and Relics expansion pack in the Iron Chest expansion. Let's move on to the final expansion. And last but not least, guys, we have the Beasts and Burdens expansion pack. It is also a companion booster meant to complement the base adventure. It comes with 1 instruction card. It comes with 8 affliction cards, 6 enemy cards, and 3 plot/mini boss cards, which is super, super cool. We're going to get into those right off the bat. No, we're not. I lied. We're getting into the character cards first, or I'm sorry, the enemy cards first. So let's take a look at those. We'll get to the boss cards at the end. Here we go. We got the enemies, as you can see right here. And let's take a look at a few of these guys. So these are brand new enemies, and you get 6 of them, and they are all unique. They are all completely unique and different, and no repeats in this set here. Let's take a look at a few of them. You have the Octahedron. It says you gain an affliction if you roll 2 or more 1s during an attack. Now you're probably wondering, what is an affliction? We're going to get to those in just a second. They're pretty rough from what I saw. They're pretty brutal things. So you're going to gain an affliction whenever you roll 2 or more 1s during an attack from this guy. You got the Fungal Horror. When the Fungal Horror successfully hits, you gain a poison token. That's pretty nasty. You got the Sentinel. If you defeat a Sentinel, you gain 1 eye toward going to the boss. So that's kind of like a new sort of addition to the the enemy cards. There's a new way to get eye cards to get closer to the boss. You got the Fire Troll. You may avoid this conflict by spending 2 rations. It's pretty cool. So you can toss him some food to get him to leave you alone. You have the Unblessed. If you defeat an Unblessed, you gain 1 blessing token and move up 1 on the morality tracker. Very cool. More ways to interact with the morality tracker there. And then finally, the Gray Ooze. You gain an affliction if the Gray Ooze successfully deals damage during its initial attack. So, when this guy attacks with his initial attack, if he hits you, you're going to gain one of these affliction cards. So you're probably wondering, what are these affliction cards? Let's get right into that right now so you can see what that is all about. These things are nasty, dudes. So, we have 8 of these affliction cards. It's a brand new type of card added to Iron Helm. And like I said, there are 8 different ones here. They're going to all do pretty nasty things to you. Let's go over a couple here. First, we have Hysteria. It says, you just cannot stop second guessing your every move. You think you have made a choice only to have your own mind question it. Fear is the driving force for this behavior, and it will only put you in more danger. You must resolve the first dungeon card and discard the second without looking at it. That's pretty nasty. So you don't even get to, it just takes the choice away from you. It's like, you know what? You don't even get to make the choice. You have to do the first dungeon card. Pretty brutal stuff. So it's like you're hysterical. You can't even remember what you did. Makes you have to choose the first one every time. Pretty brutal stuff. Let's move on to the next one. We got Gold Lust. This says, you just cannot get enough gold. The sight of it causes your veins to pump blood faster and your fingers to twitch. In fact, you swear you can smell it when it is close, and it makes your mouth taste like honey. I sure hope you're not smelling it from that dragon dung that we saw earlier that lets you roll the 1d6. Anyway, we're going to move on from that. Maybe you find that in the bog or whatever it was. It says, whenever you are engaged in combat with an enemy that has gold, you deal 1 extra damage for each energy spent for your attack. However, enemies that carry gold will never miss when they attack you. Yee. So you can spend some extra energy, it looks like, to deal a little bit of extra damage, but enemies never miss you if they're carrying gold. That is pretty brutal there. And we'll take a look at one more. This one says, it's called Necrophobia. It says, years of seeing piles of bodies on blood-soaked battlefields and encounters with the raised dead has finally caught up with you. No kidding. No kidding. All right. It says, the sight of the undead causes a more than normal reaction from you now. It didn't before, but now it does. It says, you attempt to flee all encounters with the undead. When an enemy is drawn that has the undead icon, you flee. You suffer damage equal to the enemy's base damage plus the dungeon level. That is brutal. The enemy card is placed in the discard and you resume your adventure. If you reach an undead boss at the game's end and you still have this affliction, you are defeated automatically. Unbelievable. Dude, that one is super brutal. Holy moly, dude. So when undead pops up, if a zombie or skeleton or something like that pops up, you're just running. You are running away in fear, and you're taking the enemy's base damage and the dungeon level added to it. Yee, that is brutal. And if you get to the end of the game and you fight the Lich, well, you're just done. He just beats you automatically. That is crazy. And then we've got the rest of them here, guys. We got one called Gluttony, Enfeeblement, Plagued, Insomnia, and Cocksure. Those are all of the affliction cards here. These things are brutal. These things are brutal. So if you want to amp up the difficulty even more, you can add these to the game. That is going to do that for you for sure. And then last but not least in this pack, guys, we have 3 brand new plot cards, but these are very unique. These are different than the normal plot cards in the game. These are mini bosses. Mini bosses. So we're going to go through these so you can check these out. And one thing I want to mention about all 3 of these mini bosses is you can see here at the bottom, they have the 4 eye icons. So just like plot cards, they give you eye icons, and these give you 4. That's more than any other plot in the game. That's going to get you to the boss pretty quickly. So, but these guys are strong, right? So this one is called the Tundress. Check her out, a blue demon looking girl, looking pretty cool. She says, well, first of all, she's got 9 health. It's not that high, but dude, she packs a wallop. She's doing 4 base damage. She's got a treasure class of 2, so you're going to get a loot and a potion off of her, and she's weak to fire. And she says, when the Tundra successfully hits, you gain 1 poison token. Okay, so that's a mechanic we've seen a lot. It's just going to be pretty tough to deal with. She's a very beefy poison enemy, and she's going to be hitting you hard for that 4 base damage and trying to poison you as well. But you'll get those 4 eyes toward finding the boss room if you defeat her. Next up, we have the Dreadtrodon. You might recognize this guy. He is the artwork that is on the back of all of the boss cards. So that's cool. He's He's not relegated to just the back of the boss cards anymore. He's actually in the game now, which is really cool. So there we go. We got that guy. He's a little mini boss. He's got 13 health. He does 3 base damage. He's got a treasure class of 2, and he's weak to ice. And if the Dreadtrodon rolls doubles during its attack, you gain an affliction. Ooh. So that's another way to gain one of those nasty affliction cards that we just went over. That guy is pretty brutal. And then last but not least, guys, we have the Death Knight. Check that dude out. He is looking really cool. Really cool looking dude right there. We got the Death Knight. He's got 14 health, 2 base attack, 1 treasure, and he is an undead type. And it says you gain 2 blessings when you defeat the Death Knight. Oh, that's pretty cool. Okay, wow, that's pretty cool. So instead of doing something bad to you, this guy hooks you up. When you beat this guy, you get 2 blessings. That is amazing. But he does have a fair amount of health, more so than the other 2 mini bosses. So there you go, guys. That is it for that pack. You get the 3 mini bosses. Very, very cool addition. You get the 8 afflictions. Cool addition, but it's going to add a lot of difficulty to the game. And then, of course, you get the 6 brand new unique enemies added to the game. And that is it for the Beasts and Burdens pack right there, dudes. That is the last expansion that comes in the Iron Chest expansion for Iron Helm. And there we have it, guys. That is the entirety of the Iron Chest expansion for Iron Helm. I am so excited to finally have this and to have opened this up and show you guys everything that comes in it. So that way, if you're interested, you know pretty much what you're getting into. I know we didn't look at every single card in detail, but that would be a really long video. But I wanted to at least go over some of those so that you guys can see what all is included in this. So we got the Lonely Troll in, we got the Adventure Pack 7, Spire of Zogar, Realms and Relics, and Beasts and Burdens, like we just went through all of that stuff. So you got to check out that stuff. We also have the 3 little miniatures here, the nice little green die, and we've got these awesome double-sided dungeon cards here that add random encounters and whatnot to the game. And of course, you got the nice, sturdy box, the Iron Chest, to keep all of your stuff in. So there you go, guys. If you like this video, be sure to hit the thumbs up like button. If you're not already subscribed, please consider subscribing. Hit that red subscribe button and click the bell icon so you can stay updated and notified every time I upload a brand new video. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. Like I said, I hope you enjoyed the video. And if you're thinking about picking up this game for yourself, I definitely highly recommend getting Iron Helm, checking it out. If you want to add some more to the game, some more replayability, more variability, more fun stuff to do, check out this expansion, the Iron Chest. Totally worth it. You can go over to thegamecrafter.com and pick up your copy of the game. And this is not a sponsored video, by the way. I'm just shouting them out because this game is that good. Jason Glover, the creator of this game, he deserves all the praise. He deserves all the shout outs. So yeah, definitely go check out this game and pick up a copy if you're interested. Anyways, guys, thanks again for watching. I will catch all of you dudes in the upcoming videos. I have the rest of the expansion packs, all the adventure packs, the loot and lore pack, the fanny pack, the Howling Abyss dungeon deck. I have all of those packs also for Iron Helm that I'm going to be unpacking and unboxing. So look forward to those videos coming up very soon in the near future. And of course, I'm going to be doing playthroughs of this game like crazy. We're going to be playing all the different characters, trying to go through all the different adventures and do all that stuff, all the content in the game. So look forward to that too. If that's something you're interested in. Like I said, be sure to subscribe so you can keep up with all of that. Anyways, dudes, hope you have a great rest of your day. Catch all you guys in the next video. See ya.